It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Okay, basketball fans, with me, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, I'm Ernie Johnson. You're watching 2K Sports, but you know that already. Tonight, we'll be watching the Houston Rockets playing against the Dallas Mavericks at American Airlines Center. For Dallas, they've had some issues through the first half of the season and have slipped a few spots in the Western Conference standings from where we saw them last season, into 10th place as a matter of fact. Well, the Rockets have certainly thrived under Mike D'Antoni, famous for his 7 seconds or less offense back when he was coaching the Suns. Kenny, there's a lot to like here.
Yeah, he's been the forefront of the pace and space model, kind of getting guys to play quickly. He's ahead of his time, honestly.
Would you like to play for him?
Oh, I would have averaged 30 the way he lets guys put the ball up. I would have averaged 30.
You know, the Rockets have embraced his attacking style. We've seen the results, Kenny. D'Antoni schemes plus the stars on this roster, dangerous situation.
And with the game about ready to tip off, we send you to Kevin Harlan, who has the call.
The Rockets are looking to defeat their Western Conference rival going into this game. Thanks for joining us, everyone. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge is on our sideline. The last time these two teams met, it was the Houston Rockets who came away with the W against the Mavericks.
And once they established that flow offensively, really never got any resistance from the D.
And, you know, Greg, they were sinking shots left and right, and that's got to be demoralizing for the defense. They were in a real zone.
And as things get ready to roll, let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's on the sideline. David?
Thank you, Kevin. Well, we know Rockets coach Mike D'Antoni was the architect of the 7 seconds or less offense in Phoenix. But he says we should have been more aggressive. We kept asking, is it too many threes? Now, there's no such thing. Kevin?
Great stuff, D.A. Thanks. Clark, tonight we're going to see two conference rivals go at it heading into this type of game, knowing that setup. What's your mentality?
Well, I think first and foremost, excitement. You're chomping at the bit to get after these guys because you're salivating about the opportunity to take down your rival. Nothing excites you more and gets the competitive juices going more than having a chance to take your rival down.
Absolutely. And it really reflects in terms of what that standing shows, too. You win against your rival. It's like 2 wins instead of 1.
Yeah, it does. It carries a little extra weight.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. Taking a look at the Rockets. Paul and Harden are the incredible backcourt duo. Marquise Chris is out there with Clint Capella. And it's Anthony in at the 3. It's up and it's off the mark. He's 0 for 1. Powell finds Barnes. Rebounded by Anthony. And it's Anthony with the ball for the Rockets. Fires it up. And it's Anthony again missing. Smith for 3. Good on the triple. Smith's got the first bucket of the night, a 3-pointer for the Mavs.
Well, Smith is both a volume and efficient three-point scorer. I mean, he shoots a lot of them, but he makes a good percentage of them, too.
To the middle. Ball against Smith. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Well, you know, he's not a guy that's just going to settle for pulling up. When he has an opportunity, he's going to take it strong to the hoop.
And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
There, Smith wouldn't be denied. I mean, you can body him up, but he still finds ways to score despite getting whacked.
One shot.
Free throw drops for Smith.
And, you know, by all accounts, last season was a fine debut for Dennis Smith Jr. I mean, he handled starting point guard duties from day one and was given room to learn on the job. Wasn't always easy, but this kid has talent and and showed moments where you get an idea of how special he might be. Boy, the defense had gone to sleep, so you got to knock that one down.
Now, here's Doncic, guarded by Harden. Barnes can't get it to go. Rockets have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Anthony with it. He's picked up by Doncic. Bucket is good. Anthony's got his first points of the game.
And love the muscle Anthony brings to the 3 spot. Takes pride in outworking everyone when he's that deep inside.
Smith kicks to Jordan. Smith the pass to Barnes. Back to Smith. Clock at 4. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Fresh 24 for Dallas. And the pass to Doncic. And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Got to be more careful. Can't pick up 2 fouls this early on. You just can't.
And the Rockets making a change here. Gordon's checked in. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Drops one in from the wing.
And guys, the intelligence is evident. When the pick comes, Doncic often makes the right read.
Gordon dishes to Harden. And the foul on Dennis Smith Jr. That's his first foul. And it's the Rockets with the ball. Trailing by 4. Chris finds Capella. Houston moving it around. Shot by Gordon, wide open. Off target from 3-point range. Down low, here's Smith. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Smith's got 8 points.
I like how Smith goes right at the defense. Actually, I love his attack mentality. He's not shy about shooting it inside.
Harden can't hit.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Barnes against Anthony. Barnes kicks to Smith. Back to Barnes. Shot clock at 6. Fires the 3. No good that time. And the Rockets take it the other way. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Here's Gordon. Capella trying to free himself up. And the basket by Gordon.
And Gordon's so efficient as a scorer, especially from the mid-range where he's almost automatic.
Smith kicks to Powell. Back to Smith. And a wide open look for Jordan. Rockets with the rebound. They put up a nice win against Utah last time out.
Executed on the road, stayed focused, stay consistent with who you are as a team.
I love that, Greg. You got to do that away from home. It shows how connected they are with one another playing that way, and excellent chemistry.
Now here is Smith after Eric Gordon's miss. Smith with it. He's coming off a 22-point game against New Orleans.
And he was also a terrific creator in that game as well. His assist totals show you what a fantastic all-around effort it was. It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
Rockets trail by 6. Harden kicks to Anthony. At the top of the key, Capella. The 3 from Harden. Rebound by Smith. And it's Smith with the ball. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. They defeated the Pelicans in their last game.
Playing on the road, always a challenge, but it becomes a heck of a lot easier when you can shoot the 3 ball the way they did.
And, Greg, they were shooting that thing with confidence, boy. Every time they got a clean look from deep, the trigger was pulled. Pow!
Here's Doncic after the made shot from Carmelo Anthony. Doncic passes to Barnes. Teardrop shot, and Doncic lays it in. Doncic has got his second basket.
And already in his career, Doncic displays a remarkable amount of pro moves, including that floater right there.
Now here's Anthony. He had 25 points in the win against the Utah Jazz. One-on-one here. Nobody near Barnes. drains it from beyond the arc.
Kevin can't leave anybody open around Smith. I mean, he finds them quickly. Love his court awareness.
Now Gordon. 9 points last game. The three from Harden. Capella kicks to Anthony. Good on the triple. Anthony's got 7 points in the game.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Harden against Smith. To the right side. Now, here's Doncic. He's tightly guarded. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. Doncic has got his third basket of the night.
You know, you look at most winning teams in this league, and there's no denying they have an identity, who they are and how they play consistently. The Rockets fall into that category, a defined style of play and pieces that fit pretty well.
And it's Gordon missing. Not
a lot going his way. Everything he's shooting is just off the mark. I mean, somehow he's got to figure out a way to turn it around.
How? It's good, the assist that time from Smith. And now it's a 10-point Maverick lead.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets. And Clark, talk about the Rockets' identity, their style of play.
Yeah, it's all about the analytics, quite honestly. They're looking for drives and three-point field goals. Constant pressure on the defense. The long-range ball spaces the floor, and defensively they're going to try to switch and keep the ball in front and deny the same three-pointers they're looking for at their offensive end from the opposition.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Measury, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Nowitzki comes in for Dwight Powell. Wesley Matthews checked in for Barnes. And Barea subbed in for Doncic. And here's Barea. James Harden getting it to go from deep. Barea finds Smith. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. In the corner, Harden. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
They get it back. Matthews passes to Smith. And there's the foul. It'll go on P.J. Tucker. That's his first foul. Ennis, he's checked in for Houston.
Checking in for the Rockets, James Ennis.
Measury kicks to Barea. Back to Measury. Lays it up and banks it in. Measury's got his first bucket in this one.
Give credit where credit is due right there. A terrific assist.
Green up on top. Guarded by Barea. It's stolen by Barea. Nowitzki, the pass to Smith.
Boy, you've got to do better than that against Smith Jr. Be careful how you defend him inside.
And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Mavericks.
They've set the first half tone by getting out on the fast break and getting the defenders on their heels.
You know, they've also shown some real tenacity here early on tonight, and it's paid off with a lot of second chance points.
The free throw drops for Smith. A lot of coaches out there, Clark, wear their emotions very prominently on their sleeve. Others take the calm, cool approach as a player. Was there a particular style that you preferred?
Yeah, my preference was cool, calm, be direct, be firm, but not necessarily overly emotional. And in my short stint with the Pacers, Jack McKinney was more of the cool and calm approach. He was excitable, but a little bit even keeled. George was a little more emotional, but still, I enjoyed playing for both of them because I think I was clear in that they were trying to get the best out of me and the best out of the team.
Good way to look at it.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Yeah, I like the way they're setting the tone, really playing with a lot of energy here at the start.
Now, here's Barea. He picked up 12 points in their last win against New Orleans.
Yeah, off to a strong start here early. 6 points off second chance buckets.
Yeah, and you know what, Greg? You like their effort level here in the early going. I mean, they're really making things happen for themselves.
Nene up top, defended by Mejri. Harden, no good.
And out of rhythm offensively, but he continues to work at it.
Yeah, you know what? I think eventually he will find his rhythm because he is off right now, but all it takes is one hoop, and you're back in rhythm.
Now, here is Smith. Harden missing his last shot. Shot clock at 5. Nowitzki finds Mejri. Barea, that's a two-pointer. It's rebounded by Houston. Green passes to Harden. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Harden's got 5 points so far.
You know what? Struggling a little bit, but I do command the effort. 2 of 8 from the field. Let's see if that one gets him going.
Dallas moving it around. And it's Smith missing. Rockets trail by 11. A floater. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And James Harden was crowned MVP after last season. Greg, hard to argue with that selection.
Harden has had a case to win an MVP award for several years now. Finally was able to be the clear choice this past season. Another great line on what is shaping up to be a Hall-worthy resume.
Two shot.
That free throw good from Harden. And James Harden taking home the MVP award in 2018, and Clark, well deserved.
It sure was, Kevin. A career mark in scoring a league-high 30 points a game. The first player ever to drop 60 points as part of a triple-double. It certainly was his year.
And he can't hit the second.
You know, it's become almost a foregone conclusion that Harden is going to lead the league in free throw attempts every year. He is a master at getting to the line.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear they're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
Now here's Ennis. Still looking for his first bucket in this one.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying antics to narrow the deficit.
I tell you what, fellas, that could give them the energy boost they've been looking for.
And so here is Dallas. The Rockets making the shot. Smith outside. Here's Nowitzki. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Smith's got his 3rd assist on the night.
Yeah, pounding it inside once again. They have taken over this game physically.
Schooling them right now. Taking them to the woodshed. Super aggressive and owning the paint.
The Rockets have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today.
Taking 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. And Clark, the Dallas Mavericks, it used to be that you could count on them being in the playoffs almost every single season.
Yeah, that was the case right before these last 2 years. I mean, they made the postseason 15 out of 16 times prior to that. Proud ownership, consistent ownership, outstanding coaching, and it won't be long before they're really good again. Unfortunately for the Mavericks, they've gotten pummeled on the glass recently. 27th in the league last year in rebounding, dead last the year before.
In this first period, they've been aggressive and extremely focused.
Yeah, this is a big lead right now, a big one, and they've seized momentum and showing no signs of letting it go.
Ennis passes to Nene. Here's Tucker. Another shot, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Yeah, hard to corral the energy that P.J. Tucker plays with, and he gets in there and mixes it up, and he'll go to the line.
At the line for 2.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
And that one misses.
You know, starting out in the D-League, then bouncing around the international circuit, Tucker took the long, hard road to get here.
And he can't make the second free throw either, missing both.
Absolutely stone cold at the line thus far.
And they need every point they can muster right now. They've got to cash in here.
Smith surveying the D from deep, and he was able to put it up in time but doesn't fall. And so it's the Dallas Mavericks. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. It's been a storied career for Dirk Nowitzki, but as he ages, he says he's spending a lot more time getting his body prepared to play.
Jay Kidd sort of tried all sorts of things when he was here. He was older, and, you know, he got massages right before the games and the stretching and all that. Now I'm in the same shoes. You know, I do all that stuff now, and you almost do as much off the court as you practice on the court.
A lot goes into holding off Father Time, but Father Time, by the way, is undefeated.
Yeah, and retirement's something he's considered for a few summers now, but he's making the most of his Hall of Fame career, savoring every last minute.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And guys, we've seen a confident-looking Mavericks team out there.
Hustling on that offensive glass, that's led to a number of second-chance points.
And we know energy and effort go hand in hand, and they won't be denied playing with a bunch of energy, easily coming up with those offensive rebounds, too.
Taking a look at the Rockets, P.J. Tucker is out there with Nene. Then there's Gerald Green. Then it's Ennis. And it's Paul in at the point guard.
Take a look at the Rockets' offense, and they've become lean and mean. Very few mid-range shots, no long twos. It's all threes and points in the paint. They keep their menu tight, and it works for them.
Two.
Free throw drops for Ennis. And you talked about the Rockets' focus offensively. It's all on Harden and Chris Paul.
Yeah, they're the main shot creators for that offense. Everybody else better be happy spotting up, setting picks and rolling, and scoring in transition. The Beard and CP are going to have the ball in their hands most of the time.
Dallas making a switch here. Doncic is checked in, and Ennis drops them both. Here is Matthews. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against New Orleans. Pass to Mejri. Pass to Barea. 6 to shoot. Back to Mejri. The kick out to Matthews. Over Ennis. That one off the back iron and out. Rockets trail by 11. Lets it go from deep. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Ennis has got 5 points in the quarter.
You know, this is why they trust Paul to run the offense. I mean, he's so good at getting the ball to guys on time and on target.
Matthews with it. Now Green defending. Pass to Barea. Rebounded by Tucker. Tucker's got 4 rebounds in this game. From deep. Matthews with the rebound. Mavericks leading by 8. Quarter number 2. We're about 2 minutes in. Nowitzki kicks to Mejri. Nowitzki dishes to Barea. There's the pass to Doncic. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Doncic has got 8.
And certainly not lacking in confidence. When Doncic gets these inside looks, he just jumps all over.
And it's Paul penetrating. Does not find the basket. His third miss. He's made just one so far. Now, here's Doncic, defended by Paul. Barea, the pass to Doncic. That one is good. He's only missed one shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
And showing he's got a few tricks up his sleeve there. Doncic's handles are very impressive.
Now a timeout called by Houston. Well, Clark, a few teams at this point in the season have battled through back-to-back games. Just how hard is that on the body to play in consecutive nights in this league?
As I recall, Kevin, it wasn't terribly difficult. As a matter of fact, I kind of enjoyed it. You could either get the bad taste of a loss out of your mouth quickly by playing another game. You didn't have to really practice. There's some energy concerns, obviously, but when you're well-rested and excited about playing, you find the energy. But I do believe there's studies that show there's a greater probability for injury the more back-to-back games that you have. That's one of the reasons the league has sought to minimize the number of back-to-back games across the schedule.
From deep, Barea. That shot off the mark. So Houston will take it the other way. They'll be playing host to Portland for their next game. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. Gordon for 3, and again it's the Rockets from deep.
Their third three-pointer in a row.
Adjustment time for these guys. The defense has to make some adjustment here.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, the Mavericks were ecstatic when Dennis Smith Jr. fell to them with the 9th pick of the 2017 draft. For a team in need of athleticism and size at the point guard, it's been a hand-and-glove fit. The 6'3" Smith has a 48-inch vertical, one of the highest ever measured.
A terrific young player, an elite NBA athlete. David, that's for sure. Good stuff. Thanks.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And, you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
Now, here's Paul. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Utah Jazz. That doesn't go either for Gordon. Mavericks leading by 8. Barnes kicks to Barea. Pass to Jordan. Back to Barea. And the foul on Carmelo Anthony. That's his first foul. And stolen by Chris. Here's Paul. His numbers are looking pretty good. He's got his scoring average up around 18.5 points a game. Inside and stolen by Barnes. Now the Mavericks moving it up. Barea with the ball. Here's what the Houston Rockets schedule looks like. On Tuesday, they'll go up against C.J. McCollum and the Portland Trail Blazers. Then on Thursday, they'll go up against LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers.
And for that matchup against the Grizzlies, that's going to be one where it would take a lot of errors and maybe a cold shooting night for things to go wrong. They just have that much of an advantage over that team.
That free throw good from Barea. Dallas doing everything they could do to accelerate their rebuilding process this past summer, Greg. They made a lot of moves.
You know, trading up for Doncic sends the message they want to compete now. Brought in DeAndre Jordan to shore up the center spot. Mavs definitely accelerated to where they feel they can compete for a playoff spot.
And both free throws good for Barea.
And you look at J.J. Barea and how he's played over the years, has always been a spark plug for a team off the bench. Just plays with energy and creativity no matter the situation.
The Rockets with another miss.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Now here's Harden after Luka Doncic's miss, and the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line. That'll put Eric Gordon on the line. It's on Luka Doncic. And with Barea and what he brings to the table, Greg, he also takes care of the ball.
A lot of guards who are bench threats can get a little sloppy or careless with the ball. And Barea has been upping his assists and cutting his turnovers the last few seasons, still finding ways to be effective even after a decade in the league.
That free throw good from Eric Gordon. And Eric Gordon, Clark, such a terrific tag team partner for Paul and Harden on the perimeter.
I couldn't agree more. I mean, he provides spacing with the deep range he has. Very efficient shot, not much wasted motion. He can attack closeouts off the dribble, and he gets to that basket and finishes aggressively. His strength very much at work when he does his damage.
Here is Harden, the Mavericks making the shot. The feed now to Capella. Count it. Capella's got his first basket of the night.
Sheer power there from Capella. Not an easy guy to contain when he's going up with the shot.
Barea against Harden. Unloads from 13. Barea, no good.
He continues to struggle from the field. But luckily for him and his team, his teammates have been able to pick him up and get the job done.
Now here's Anthony. He has 7.
Carmelo Anthony, one of the most formidable scorers ever. Top 20 in points all time in NBA history.
This is his first free throw of the game.
And just a top-notch free throw shooter this year, all the way up there at 88%.
Guys, I like that this is a part of his game that has really been consistent this year.
That's good from Anthony.
And, you know, Carmelo Anthony is a special player, guys. A bulky, small forward with a quick trigger release, an elite scorer.
So he gets them both.
They've hit every one of their free throws here in the second quarter. Very important when you're trailing.
Barea surveying the floor. Four on the clock. From deep three-point range, and they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. Rockets trail by 5. And here's Harden. 14 points from him the last game against Utah.
And even while he was piling up all those points, he still found a way to create chances for his teammates. The assists just kept on coming.
And it's Barnes with the ball for the Mavericks. They'll be hosting Orlando for the next one. They'll find themselves in the middle of this string of 3 straight at home. Hammers the alley-oop through.
And Barnes is a high flyer, now a huge target to throw to when he's sizing up that alley-oop.
And that Unleash Chaos replay presented by Under Armour. Hover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive that exciting play. Now, here's Capella. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game.
Has not made another 3 since the one he drilled in the first, but still, you got to defend him from beyond the arc.
Unloads from 13. Barnes can't get it to go.
His shot's just, it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
It's deflected.
And not exactly quick off the floor, but Luka uses great anticipation to make defensive plays. Defensive rebounding, just such a crucial part of the game.
Yeah, it's finishing your defense, Greg. We know that. You can defend, then you got to rebound the miss, and you got to get to the glass with intensity.
And it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor.
And the level of concentration that Doncic has. Even under pressure, this guy is cool as a cucumber.
Now here's Gordon. He's got 11. Looking to get it going. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. It always seems like great teams find the best glue guys that make them a team. Who are some of those players who just bring a team everything and bring it together, Clay?
I call those guys value utility guys because they do so much that helps you win, and things just seem to run better and go smoother when they're on the court. And there are a lot of them that fall into that category. They're not your primary stars, but they make the stars better. Robert Covington from Philadelphia has that ability because he shoots it well and defends multiple positions. And Draymond Green is probably at the head of the class.
By the way, you're our glue guy. You're a 2K.
Glad to be part of the team.
Dennis Smith, he's checked in for Dallas. Good on both. And you look at James Harden, Coach Mike D'Antoni, and the Rocket front office. It really does seem like a match made in heaven.
Yeah, I think the alignment of the front office and coaching staff really in harmony. And a star in Harden who's the best in the world at delivering in that system. Chris Paul part of the mix too. That's a pretty good fit, it looks like to me.
Here's Anthony. Harrison Barnes picking up that last basket. The Rockets with another miss.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
Yeah, I like seeing Smith catch and fire. I mean, he's really good at getting in the lane off the dribble, but when he can catch and fire, that's even better.
Timeout called, the Rockets. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Now here's Barnes following the miss by Carmelo Anthony. Anthony against Barnes. 6 on the shot clock. Smith outside. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. You look at the Rockets, 4th in the conference, an excellent season so far for them, though they'd like to jump into the top tier, maybe the top 3. And, of course, there's Dallas. They're at the 10th position.
And, you know, Houston, they've stayed right there, just in sniffing distance of the conference leaders. That's a solid accomplishment at this stage of the season.
You know, I thought maybe they'd have it in them to actually join those leaders this season. But you're right, it's still nice work considering where they are.
Harden's shot is good.
Boy, I love watching Harden pat the rock. Has an unlimited number of moves to choose from. Endless.
Smith with it, and it's Harden picking him up. Smith against Harden. Smith drives in. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Smith's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, that's excellent movement from Smith in the pick and roll. Really cunning and crafty. And excellent decision-making in these sets.
Now here's Gordon. 11 points in the game. Here's Barnes. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Capella's got his 5th rebound in this one. Gordon goes in, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
Eric Gordon, the 2017 Sixth Man of the Year award winner. I mean, he has found a home and just been tremendously productive with the Rockets.
And this is his 2nd trip to the line tonight. First free throw is good. And Gordon, also the winner of the 2017 three-point shootout. His long-range proficiency, a great fit on the Rockets.
You know, he's got that low set shot release, but, man, he gets it off with great volume and one of the more prolific three-point shooters in our league.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Measury, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Nowitzki comes in for Dwight Powell. And it's Matthews in for Doncic.
You know, he didn't get to the line in that entire first quarter. But right now, he's showing some aggressiveness out there.
Matthews finds Measury. Back to Matthews. Smith wide open. He fires. Offensive rebound, Mavericks. Back to Nowitzki. That shot, no good. Gordon with the defensive effort. Rockets trail by 8. Pass to Tucker. He feeds it to Nene. Measury with the steal. Green against Matthews. In the corner, Smith with it. It's stolen by Green. Eric Gordon on the wing. He dishes it to Nene. That's tipped, and he gets it back. Here's Tucker. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Tucker's got his first 3 points of the game.
Tell you what, for a guy who's inconsistent from 3, Tucker's showing you he can be scary out there at times for a defense.
Now, here's Measury. Nowitzki, the pass to Matthews. Just 5 on the clock. But they get it back. Here's Nowitzki. Count that one. Nowitzki's got his second bucket.
That's where Nowitzki's long arms help him on the glass. They're solid at using that length to reel in rebounds.
And so it's the Dallas Mavericks bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. And against one of the toughest offensive players in the league, they've been doing a great job shutting down James Harden. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Rick, what's your analysis of how your defense has done so far?
Well, they're getting too many open looks at threes. We're lucky they're missing a few. With this team, they stretch out so much. You got to be really alert. You got to pay close attention to the details.
Rick, thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks. Welcome back. This is Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal at 2K Sports. Let's talk first half. What a start for Dennis Smith. He ended up with 17 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 steal. Shaq, what's your take on Dallas?
In simple truth, they just got hot. Didn't matter what the defense was doing, Ernie. They were definitely able to rise above it. Even the tough shots. Did you see that one shot? I don't know how they even went down. They can carry this over to the second half. It's going to be hard to beat them, boy. Woo-wee.
How about you, Kenny? What did you think about Houston?
Well, they shot under 40% in the first half. There's your deficit. They missed some open looks, wide open. But overall, I thought the offense was stagnant. Look for their coach to draw up some specific plays to try to jumpstart them in the second half.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
Welcome back to Big D. A terrific look at this urban mecca deep in the heart of Texas, Dallas, Texas. And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. A fantastic game from Dennis Smith in this one.
His points production thus far, off the charts. It's only been 2 quarters. Just a great effort for him for the entire half.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter where he is on the floor either, Greg. He's making it look very easy. He's looking to score the ball.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation.
Let's start the second
And so Green will bring it up for Houston. 7-point differential. On the wings, it's Doncic and Barnes. Jordan is out there with Dwight Powell, and it's Smith in at the 1 spot. So that's who Rick Carlisle starts the second half with.
Chris Paul.
Anthony against Barnes, and that's a foul called on Dwight Powell. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Powell with the steal.
Active hands prevented an easy bucket that time.
The shot by Smith. No good off the front iron. Rockets trail by 7. Here's Harden on the wing. Back to Anthony. 6 on the shot clock. Harden outside from deep 3-point range. Rebound by Smith. Smith's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Doncic. It's good, the assist that time from Smith. Smith's got his 4th assist in this one.
Nice looking floater there, Kevin. Such a fast shot, a quick release. Really hard to guard that.
Now here's Paul. And there's the call on DeAndre Jordan. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's his second personal foul.
Little over a minute gone here in the second half. Takes it from 10.
And he's just so mobile for his size. That's a big part of the value Jordan has at the defensive end. When he's on you, he's too hard to shake, and he had an impact on that shot for sure.
Now here's Paul. Shoots from 12. The Rockets again can't hit.
And they start the second half with 3 straight misses.
Powell kicks to Smith. Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the 3rd quarter. Here's Barnes. Drops one in from the wing. Barnes has got 9.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
Simply taking advantage of what the defense has given them, and they've really made the most of it.
Now here's Anthony. 9 points in the game so far.
Well, that's another good rebound for him. Hasn't mattered at all that he's given up some inches to a few of the other guys on the floor.
And for the Dallas Mavericks last year, hard to get in transition when you can't cause turnovers.
Well, when you don't get steals and open court situations, it's hard to get easy buckets. But on the other side, they handled the ball well, didn't turn it over, actually fewest turnovers in the league. But I do think they have to become more disruptive defensively.
And for Harrison Barnes, the scoring forward out of UNC, said he wants to model his game, Clark, after Paul Pierce.
Hey, that's not a bad guy to look to model your game after, boy. Paul Pierce knew how to get it done, and he wasn't overly athletic, but he knew how to play angles. He could get to his spots, and he was such a great mid-range shooter who developed into a consistent three-point threat as well. So I like that comparison or that aspiration for Harrison Barnes.
First one falls for him.
Man, you got to appreciate the overall game of Barnes. He's efficient as a scorer and also works hard at the defensive end.
Barnes hits them both.
And though some were skeptical of the contract Harrison Barnes signed, he's lived up to it. Not an elite player yet, but is emerging on a franchise caliber level and continues to improve and is strong and consistent really on both ends of the floor.
That's platinum level dime dropping right there by Harden. Such a smart pass. Gets us to his teammates on time and on target.
And a tremendous Unleash Chaos replay coming to you courtesy of Under Armour Hover Havoc. Now, here's Doncic. 14 points for him. Here's Smith. Powell finds Smith. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. 17 points for Luka Doncic. And Greg, with Barnes, beyond what he does on the floor, he does everything right off the floor.
Yeah, I mean, this organization just loves his intangibles and demeanor as a leader. Incredible work ethic that allows him to keep refining his game. Still very young and is growing into the player this team hoped he'd be.
And this break gives us a moment to look at the leading playmakers among rookies for the past 10 games. Third is Luka Doncic.
Really starting to connect with his teammates. I mean, a really heads-up player for a rookie.
Outstanding ball handler. He's a pace setter as well, facilitates nicely. I could go on and on and on. This kid's incredible.
Now here's Paul. Harden outside. Back to Paul. That shot off. Smith with the defensive effort.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
Now Anthony, following the three-point attempt by Dennis Smith. Shot is good, and the Mavericks lead is cut down to 12 on the bucket from Anthony.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you think his team would have the lead.
Smith the pass to Barnes. Out to the right wing. Now here's Doncic, guarded closely. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And looking at Luka Doncic, incredibly mature for his age. Physically, the broad shoulders, weighing in about 230. Mentally, though, advanced understanding of how to play the game.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
And he makes the first. You know, Greg, it's amazing that Doncic, at his age, could already have such a complete offensive game.
I mean, a terrific skill set. In Europe, Doncic spent plenty of time as a primary ball handler. Obviously can score in a number of ways, just a versatile threat.
J.J. Barea checked in for Smith. Both shots good from the stripe.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Yeah, they've not missed a single foul shot this half, and that's taking care of business, fellas.
Now here's Anthony. He's got 13. Over in the corner, Paul. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet. Paul's got 5 points so far.
Man, he's so aggressive offensively. I like his assertiveness. CP3 not taking 1 second extra to pull the trigger once he gets the pass.
And that one's good, Barnes. Here is Harden. 10 points for him. Paul outside. Down low, Anthony. Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
Carmelo Anthony imposing his will inside. Doesn't take any time, rising up for the dunk.
Paul against Barea. He kicks it to Powell. Passes to Doncic. Good for the basket, number 9. He's only missed 2 shots from the floor all night.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Here's Harden. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Boy, I like the understated focus that Harden brings to the table. Despite getting knocked around, his concentration allows him to play through the bumps.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Mavericks.
And they haven't been pushed around in the paint at all in this game. They have been the aggressors.
Another thing they've done tonight is share the ball. So many of their points have come off of good, crisp passes.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Nowitzki's checked in. Here's Barea. He's making his presence felt offensively with his scoring average up there at almost 13 points a game. And the dunk by Doncic.
And it just seems when Doncic turns it on, it's a sight to see. Incredible at scoring in a variety of ways.
Now, here is Harden. He's got 13. Feeds it to Carmelo. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Paul's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Barea kicks to Barnes. Over Anthony. Goes back up. And Jordan with the nice inside bucket. Jordan's got his first bucket in this one.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
And DeAndre Jordan, the all-time leader in career field goal percentage, Greg, by a sizable margin.
Yeah, the most prolific dunker in the league, maybe in league history.
Wesley Matthews checked in for Dallas. Nene, he's checked in for Houston. P.J. Tucker comes in for Marquise Chris.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And, you know, we've seen what Rick Carlisle can do on the court. He's a former coach of the year in the league and led the Mavs to a championship back in 2011. But his off-the-court talents are also very impressive.
Now, here's Matthews. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game. And the foul on Harden. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Green, he's checked in for James Harden. The pass to Doncic. From deep, Barea drills the three-pointer. Barea's got 7 points in the game. And talking about Carlisle's outside interests, one I know of, he's an excellent pianist.
And you know what? He is. And he's played with a well-known musician or two in concert. Also an avid pilot. This guy is a Renaissance man.
And here's Barea following the three-pointer by Carmelo Anthony. To the paint. Jordan inside. Nene on him. It's blocked. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Nene. Measuring. He's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. And the Rockets making a change here as well. Gordon's checked in. Here's Doncic. Got it from 16 feet. Doncic has got 13 points in the second half.
Defense has no answer for him. I mean, none. They look completely lost. He's been on fire.
Here's Paul. And there's the call on Nene. That's his first foul. Mavericks leading by 11. And Matthews kicks to Nowitzki. Matthews passes to Mejri. Barea against Paul. Barea finds Mejri. And, yep, that's going to be a flagrant foul. Unnecessary contact.
And, Kevin, that's a pretty dangerous play right there. I mean, I don't like to see a player put an opponent in harm's way, as much as you just saw him do there. Glad they pinned a flagrant on it.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. The officials were all over it. They weren't going to let him off the hook that time. And he makes the first. He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line.
You know, in recent years, the Rockets have not lacked for critics. I mean, they're a jump shooting team. They're a bean counting front office. A coach whose teams don't defend. Last season, I think, silenced a lot of those critics.
Here's Barea. Another miss. Boy, they had their chance there, but couldn't get it to go. Rockets trail by 12. Here's Gordon. The putback, and the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Mejri's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Pass to Doncic. Kicks it out to Nowitzki. Dallas moving the ball around. Barea against Paul. 4 on the shot clock. Offensive rebound. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
Much love goes his way. I mean, he refused to give up on the glass. Nice to see him rewarded because of his hustle.
One shot, mind the lanes.
And Clark, it all seemed to come together for the Rockets last season. What was the key in your estimation?
I think you've got to look right at the addition of Chris Paul, reducing the workload on James Harden, more defensive-minded wings, also the development of Clint Capella. When you factor those things in, you get 65 wins during the regular season for the Rockets.
And here's Barea following the 3 from Chris Paul. Now here's Barea. 7 points in the game. It's stolen by Green. Nowitzki with the steal. Barea kicks to Mejri. He's got free throw attempts number 4 and 5 here.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as you'd like.
And guys, it's something that he's going to have to work on more and more because he's still not getting the kind of shooting percentage he would like from the line.
No good on that one. Good on the second free throw. And it's Gordon with the ball. He brings it up for the Rockets. Trailing by 13. Pass to Paul. Takes a 3. And another 3 for Houston.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
Barea with it. Chris Paul covering. Barea, the pass to Mejri. Some solid defense there by Nene. Rockets trail by 10. Green taking his time here. Kicks to Paul. Shoots from the line. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Paul's got 11 points here in just the second half. Dallas has gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. And Dallas calls their first time out of the game.
And starting to send guys to the line way more than they need to. Let's get some good position defense going here. That should be the emphasis and get away from the sloppy fouls.
A different look for Dallas. Jordan comes in for Mejri. And it's Dennis Smith in for J.J. Barea. Stolen by Tucker. Passes it to Paul. Can he keep it going? And he overshot that one, missing. Mavericks leading by 8. Doncic with it. He's got 25. And there's the foul. It'll go on P.J. Tucker. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. And due to the bonus, we'll head to the line for 2. That free throw good from Doncic. And Luka Doncic, not the top pick in the draft this past June, but one of the more exciting names out of this rookie class.
Dallas made a point to trade up and draft him. Doncic not playing in the Summer League as he has had a hefty workload in Europe before the draft. Still came away with Euro MVP honors, and at his age, that is incredible.
Now here's Paul. 13 points in the game. Yep, that one goes in there.
You know, for a small guy, you got to respect how calm Paul is inside. I mean, he knows he can get his shot over anybody, but he's got to be crafty and clever to do so. Good display of patience there.
Here's Smith. 17 points in the game. And Matthews kicks to Doncic. Over Green. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
And there's the pass to Paul. Just 5 to shoot. And the Rockets getting another bucket right there.
Well, it would be fun to check the number of points that Paul has generated running the pick and roll throughout his career. It's such a reliable play for him because he's so good at reading the defense.
Here's Smith following the basket by Chris Paul. Here's Doncic. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. Rockets trail by 6. Gordon deciding where to go with it. 30 seconds left to play in the third. Launches it. And it's Paul missing. Dallas has gone 2 of 5 with the three-point shot since coming out of the break. And it's Smith missing. Outside, Green. Eric Gordon on the wing. Pass to Paul. Over Smith. Paul missing again. And so it's Dallas with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. A good size advantage, and they'll look to increase it. We come back right after this. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Mavericks leading by 6. And so in the game for the Rockets. Paul and Gordon are the backcourt pair. Nene is out there with Ennis, and it's Capella in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now here's Doncic, and it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Doncic has got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Mavs. Pass to Paul. Back to Gordon. Fires the 3. It's hauled in by Nowitzki.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
But they recover it. He gets that one. And that's 19 points for Smith.
He does not play the score. I mean, he's going to continue to work his tail off on the glass and make plays just like that.
And plays like that have really taken the energy out of those defenders. I mean, you can bet he's going to continue to keep pushing in that area.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg.
Well, I like the way he capped off that drive. The one-hand hole punch.
Gordon for 3. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points.
Obviously, I mean, it would go a long way if he's making his shots. Right now, they're behind, and they certainly could use his help.
Now here's Nowitzki. He kicks to Smith. And again, Dallas turns it over.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Dwight Powell's checked in for the Mavericks. Barnes comes in for Doncic. Houston also making some changes. Chris comes in for Nene. And it's James Harden in for Eric Gordon. Matthews against Harden. And Chris throws it down.
And once Chris gets the position he wants, he is throwing it down with a vengeance.
Barnes outside. Smith in the posts, defended by Paul. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. And so it's Harden bringing it up for the Rockets. 6-point game. And there's the call on DeAndre Jordan. That's his third foul of the game. And the Rockets making a change here. Anthony's checked in. Shot from the inbound. That shot is off. So the Mavericks will take it the other way.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backboard.
Greg, and that's been the key to this league. I mean, they've really dominated the glass.
To the inside, Jordan, and DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Hey, you know, Kevin, there's a reason why Jordan's a high percentage shooter. Shooting percentage a function of the kind of shots you get. He opts mainly for dunks.
Now here's Paul. And it's Harrison Barnes with the foul. That's his first foul. Now Chris, back to Capella. Chris kicks to Paul. Just 4 to shoot. Over Smith.
I like seeing Smith use his good speed and quick hands to bother shooters, and it's always good to see young players getting after it on the defensive end.
Barnes can't get it to go.
You can see he just rushed that a little bit. Lost the focus, I think.
Paul finds Anthony. Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking.
Well, I tell you what, he loaded up as much power as he could behind that two-hander.
Now, here is Smith. Rebounded by Capella. Capella's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Here's Harden. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points, so 1 free throw coming up.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Free throw drops for Harden. As many expected him to, Carmelo Anthony choosing to opt into his contract, but his stay in Oklahoma City still came to an end.
You know, it was pretty clear that Melo and the team just didn't mesh. OKC made the choice to let him go and save on the luxury tax. Melo might not be worth max money anymore, but he could still be a factor with this team.
Here's Smith following the basket by Chris Paul. Smith outside, and Chris Paul picks up the foul. That's his 5th foul. Here is Matthews. Barnes outside. 5 to shoot. Smith on the wing.
He had a couple in the first, but so far he's been unable to get uncorked here.
Dallas again missing. Paul dishes to Harden. Kicks to Capella. Passes it to Paul to take the lead. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Paul's got 21.
And you've got to give them a lot of credit for just battling back into this game.
Extremely impressive was the rally they made. I mean, we'll see how much their comeback might have taken out of them, and we'll see if they can keep that foot on the pedal now.
Here's Paul following the basket by Chris Paul. Smith outside. Back to Powell. Shoots the three. Rebounded by Anthony. Houston in the lead. Harden outside. Shoots the three. It's rebounded by Dallas. Jordan's got rebound number 12 here already in the game.
Well, he had one three-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
Boy, he does a nice job, Kevin, keeping the ball high inside when his shot is being challenged, and for that, you got to give Powell credit.
Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run for him there.
Momentum can swing on plays like that, Kevin, especially when the finish has that much thunder on it.
And the Mavericks call time here. You have to like what we're seeing from Carmelo Anthony.
I think that's a critical timeout too, Kevin. I mean, they need to find a way to slow him down, shut him down, because he's tearing them apart right now.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, I heard Rick Carlisle during that last break talking with the team. He told them that they're getting it done in the paint. He said, they can't guard us inside, guys. Keep taking it to them. Pound it down low. We'll see if they keep it up, Kevin.
Smith's shot is good. Smith's got 4 points in the quarter.
Boy, every point guard has to have this shot, and I love watching Smith shoot his floater because he's got nice touch on it.
Paul kicks to Anthony. Offline with his three.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
And, Greg, it's clearly been their edge, and in a close game like this, you look for every edge you can find.
Now here's Matthews. Harrison Barnes missing his last shot. The second chance effort. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good.
And they've gotten very aggressive on the offensive glass here in the second half, getting a lot of second chance points.
Powell with the steal. Bobbed up there for Barnes. It's stolen by Capella. Paul against Smith, 14 feet away. Good work defensively by Smith. Mavericks leading by 3. It's Matthews on the wing, guarded by Harden. Here's Jordan, and Capella sends it back.
Over a 7'4" wingspan for Clint Capella. That's long, folks, and makes him an intimidating shot blocker.
Now here's Paul. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. Paul's got the game tied up here for Houston.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Powell kicks to Matthews. The kick out to Barnes. Second shot opportunity. He takes it up and lays it in. Barnes has got 10 points in just the second half.
Great hustle on display, and you know what? It's paying off with those second chance points.
Boy, you can get a lot of momentum, Greg, getting a timely offensive rebound, and they've had more than their share.
Now here's Paul. 6 to shoot. Here's Capella. It's rebounded by Dallas. Jordan's got 15 rebounds here tonight. Powell inside. Working on Chris. They get it again. Powell, the pass to Jordan. Smith outside. And another shot. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Guys, they're just getting outworked. I mean, plain and simple. It's got to be more of a collective effort to secure that backboard.
Yeah, and when you take a look at the stat sheet, they've got to do something to cut down on these second chance points. Box out and get to the defensive board.
Doncic is checked in for Wesley Matthews. Free throw good, Smith. Well, Dennis Smith Jr., one of the scariest players to see coming at you down the lane, Clark. He can just wreck the rim.
Oh, big time, Kevin. Not only does he finish hard, he does so violently and with some anger attached to it. The kind of dunks where you're worried if defenders are going to get hurt trying to challenge him. This guy's explosive. No surprise he was in the dunk contest last season, and I don't think that's going to be his first invite.
Mavericks leading by 5. Barnes kicks to Doncic. And it's in there. Doncic has got 31 points.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Harden left side. 2 points. That one goes.
How good is that? Harden commanding the ball in these moments. Loves stepping up at crucial times.
Now, here's Doncic, guarded by Harden. And here is Doncic. Smith outside. And Smith gets double-teamed. The shot from the low post is good. Smith's got 9 points here in the second half.
Wow, that is strong production there. When Smith gets going, he's really hard to slow down.
Here's Harden. It's rebounded by Dallas.
Well, at best, the defense was average. I mean, he must make sure to finish these layups. Got to make those.
Hits it from three-point range. And now a 10-point Maverick lead.
You know, Barnes is a good shooter from deep, Kevin. I mean, when he's in rhythm, he's dangerous from out there.
Harden takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup. Harden's got 7 now in this quarter.
He's one of the best in the league at that. Even with just a tiny sliver, he always seems to find a way to get it up and in.
From 13, the rebound by Harden.
And the defense that time was late, and you got to feel fortunate he didn't put that one away.
Paul kicks to Harden. Doncic with the steal. And here we go. The Mavericks on a fast break. And the dunk by Doncic.
And you can tell that Doncic loves leaking out. They're able to get to the right spot there in transition.
Rockets trail by 10. Harden scanning the floor. There's the pass to Chris, and that's a foul called on Dwight Powell. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. And the Rockets with possession here. Harden kicks to Paul. 4 on the clock. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to be on Dennis Smith.
The craftiness of Paul really on display everywhere, but especially inside and forcing defenders to commit fouls on him.
2 shots.
He drops the first one, and that brings them within single digits.
Both prolific and efficient. Ultra competitive as well. Paul is a double-double threat who shoots a very high percentage from the floor and line.
And so Paul nails both of them. 58 seconds left in the 4th quarter. And so it's Smith with it. He'll bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. And it's out of bounds. The Mavericks able to retain possession here. .52 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Taken away by Anthony. Pass to Paul over Smith. Excellent defense there from Smith. This game looks like they've got it just about wrapped up.
Yeah, just got to work that clock and take care of the ball.
And the dunk by Powell.
I'll tell you what, the energy in this arena, you can feel it.
Big time. I mean, it's amazing. Their crowd letting them hear it. And that's always inspiring. They want to see this thing get wrapped up.
Now a timeout called by Houston. They're down by 10. We've got 33 seconds left in the 4th quarter of this one. What do you think, guys?
Yeah, this has been rough all the way around. I mean, coming in with high hopes and then just now trying to finish the best they can.
Well, Greg, this one's clearly over. This is done. But hopefully they can find some momentum to carry into the next game.
Here's Ennis. It's tipped. Doncic with the steal. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. And the basket good by measuring. And now a 12-point Dallas lead.
And that's a killer instinct on display as they try to put this one on ice.
And, you know, this is what's needed at this point in the game, Greg. The great teams know how to close it out.
Now a timeout called by Houston. They're trailing by 12. There's 25 seconds left in the fourth. Outside, Green. And he uses the glass on the layup.
He has a little bit of trickeration with that one. Gets that one to go against the limb.
Trickeration. I like that, partner. That's pretty strong word creation. And you've got to be creative, though, whether you're commentating or hooping, especially when you're going inside.
Here's Barea. So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. Once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. DeAndre, what do you think this team's identity is this season?
You know, we just have so many guys that can score. It's going to be somebody's night every night, like I keep saying. But we're also, our half-court offense is getting a lot better.
The ball is moving around, DeAndre. Thanks for your time. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. So long, everyone.